Welcome back. In this lecture, we will go through recursive methods. Recursion is the technique of making a method call itself. If a method contains call to itself, it is called recursive method. Understanding the mechanism of recursive methods is a little bit difficult, but it provides writing less code to solve complex problems. Since recursive method may call itself many times, it may lead to use more memory and it is slow. To stop recursive call, a condition statement is required inside the recursive method. Otherwise, it calls itself infinitely. Let's go to the code and see. Let's develop a recursive factorial method that takes an integer as a parameter and returns the result. Let's define our factorial method. Public static int factorial int number, and method body is here. If number is not equal to 0, then return number times, again call itself again here, so number minus 1. Else return 1. Okay, so here as you see, our method name is factorial, and inside the method body it calls itself again. So this is called recursive call. Okay, and for each call to factorial method, it calls itself again with decremented argument. And as you see, each time we decrement the argument and call itself again. Okay, now call the recursive factorial method and see the result. System out println factorial 5. So we can run the program and see the result. As you see, factorial of 5 is 120. Okay, now we can add some log lines to see recursive calls and returns. For example, here we can add system out println factorial number plus is called. Okay, then we can add another log lines here, and we can change here, we can assign a variable here, int fact is equal to, okay, number times factorial of number minus 1. Now we can add some return statement, return fact. Okay, and here we can add some log lines, return sorry, we can add this log line here to make it more informative. Return plus number plus factorial okay, and number minus 1 plus we need brace here, okay, and then close the brace, and then is equal to plus factorial. Okay, and we can add one more log lines here. System out println return factorial 0 is equal to plus 1. Okay, now we can run the program and see the result. So factorial method is called for 5 and then 4 and then 3 and then 2 and then 1 and then 0, and return factorial 0 1 and return 1 times factorial 0 and return 2 times factorial 1 and return 3 times factorial 2 and return 4 times factorial 3 and return 5 times factorial 4. As you see, at the end of the calls, we have 120, which is equal to factorial 5. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next lecture.